He's got my sad boy energy.
Waterworld is a 1995 American post-apocalyptic
Bro, you sound
action
like the dude,
film.
from Reservoir Dogs. The Welcome Back to K Billy I J J. You should do that for a living.
Directed by Kevin Reynolds and
You stop
co-written
now, though. You're not
by
American.
Peter Rader and David Tully. It
And
was
David
based
Tilley.
it was
Yeehaw!
based on Rader's original 1986 screenplay, and it stars Kevin Costner.
It's changed again. This is amazing, people. Can you hear this?
Yeehaw! And we watched it. It was a film that Brad said we should
Oops.
watch, and then we watched it.
Yeah.
What did you oops?
What a wow.
Wow.
Most of the time we watch it, of course.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. It had been a while. When did this thing come out? 96, did you say? 96?
95. It was written in
95.
86.
All right. So Kurt, he's just fucking painted the walls and they would have been making this film. Maybe he knew something we didn't. Maybe Kurt had been asked to write the soundtrack to Waterworld.
This is a film that's famous for going over budget. It was budgeted at 100 million and went up and went up and went up, and then it got to 175 million. And at the time, it was the most expensive film ever made.
Mm-hmm.
News was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember people being really angry. I remember one girl in a real twist over it because we could have fed the starving people of the world instead of making this film.
Well. Uh-huh.
And I couldn't understand why people are upset, because it's like the movie ticket price didn't change. It was exactly the same as all the other movies in the cinema at the time. And it's like, if they want to spend 175 million and I get to see what 175 million looks like,
yeah, do it.
Fine, do it.
Pay my $5. Yeah.
And I went and saw this at the movies.
Mm-hmm. So did I.
I thought it was all right.
I enjoyed it at the time. Yep. I don't like
it wasn't the worst thing ever.
No.
It wasn't the best thing ever.
It was a Costner epic, and that was what they sold it as, and that's what we got. I think it was not like now when you get, or every fucking second movie that comes out, some post-apocalyptic bullshit, teenage romance, fucked up vampire shit. But this was, you didn't get that a lot. I mean, the only person that was doing post-apocalyptic really was Kevin Costner himself. He did Waterworld, and then he went on and did the Postman future episode, maybe. Or have we done that already?
No, we haven't.
Oh, fucking maybe. But yeah, hot off the heels of Dances with Wolves is an award-winning director.
Mm-hmm.
Field of Dreams. Kevin Costner, man, you could do no wrong, right? Cool, let's give this motherfucker some money.
The Bodyguard.
More. Yeah.
Man was making
more money.
Cash.
Yep.
Making cash.
You want, as your leading lady, you want Jean Triplehorn? I don't know. She's not a big name. And then Kevin says, well, I'm going to get her to show off her naked ass cheeks.
Yeah.
Have some more money. Have
Good
another
idea.
$500,000.
Good idea.
Great idea.
Good idea.
Sweet. Don't know if it's actually her bum, but it's a good one. Whoever it is in that scene.
Good job.
Good job, God, forming that out of sand. What was I talking about? Again, I've lost my way. It happens. Seeing it at the movies, that's what we were talking about. I enjoyed it. I thought, at the time, rip-roaring ride. I was same as you. I'd seen all the articles saying the budget was overblown and the whole atoll had sunk or whatever it was. And but just watching it, I saw the budget on screen. I thought it was like Mad Max on the water. I still think it looks like they spent money in the right places. There's a couple of like
that boat's pretty impressive, and I was reading tonight. It was actually real. They had two boats that Kevin Costner went around on. One was the transforming boat, and one was the fast boat for the racing sort of scenes.
Yeah.
And the transforming boat actually transformed, and it wasn't as fast as the fast boat, but it could sail and actually work. I was impressed by that. Apparently, you can buy them. One's for sale down in San Diego, apparently, at the time
like
of someone writing something. Yeah, you can buy the actual boat. And then apparently after this, there's been like 5 theme parks built around, you go to Universal Studios, there's, the Waterworld ride. There's about 5 of them around the world. Pretty popular. Apparently, this film didn't make its money back when it was released in the cinemas, but it apparently didn't fall that short of the mark, and it was the biggest film of the year, and it made its money back on the home video market, and probably made a little penny here and there.
Well,
not the disaster it's made out to be.
Nah, that's it. I reckon Kevin, he got his money back, and he's making residuals or whatever, and you get your royalties off all the theme parks. It's a classic. I'd rate it up. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put it up there. When I think of blockbusters of the 90s, and you just said it failed, but when I think of big films of the 90s, I go like Jurassic Park, Waterworld, and what else is big in the 90s? See, I'm stuck. I got those two.
Independence Day.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. There's the trilogy. The trifecta.
I remember seeing Independence Day around the same time and thinking that wasn't that good, to be honest. Yeah, right. And it was in this one, I'd kind of put them around the same. I think I probably like Waterworld better.
Yeah, I think I would
more
too.
likely to watch it.
It's grand, it's a big spectacle. It's a big, what do you call it? A big swash of the brush, like they're trying to go grand. There's this big idea. There's swashbuckling. It's a hero. There's villains. It's an adventure. There's a goal.
Yeah.
It's good, like it's just a basic, like they could have made the same film in the 50s maybe, in the heyday of cinema. Yeah, it's got all the makings of a classic. But did they pull it off? I think so. Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's not the greatest. No. It's not. Yeah, it's. I could have done without the squeaky voiced inventor guy that flies off on a balloon. Like I could have kind of done without that actor.
But I mean, you could have done without the kid as well. It didn't have to be a little kid, did it? Like why do these films always have to have an annoying kid?
Yeah. The map seemed like, why'd they put a fucking map on the kid for? I don't. Yeah.
Why that kid? Yeah. Yeah.
Or have the kid get off the island and
that's it. Let's get into it though. Let's spoiler alert, right? I'm gonna jump all the way to the fucking final scene. Do you think that is Mount Everest?
I read tonight it was.
Oh. Well, fuck yes. For me. I thought, maybe not. But wow, that's a lot of water. I don't think if the ice caps melted, there's no way we'd get to the top of fucking Everest. That's some bullshit right there. Do your research, people.
Yeah, I was watching a video on how much water there is on Earth, and there's actually not that much water.
Right. Well,
compared to when they took the mass of the water and turned it into a ball next to the Earth, it's a pretty small ball.
Sure, because it doesn't go down to the core, right?
Yeah, and the ice caps, like, they're not, I mean, they melt. Water level's
Yeah.
not going up that much.
Well, that's I heard like, and I could be wrong. So if I am wrong, please fucking jump in the comments. But I heard it was like 3 to 5 meters if the ice caps melted, and I mean that would make a huge effect on some small island nations, and New York would be underwater and all that shit. But I'd be fine. Live on a fucking hill, you know?
Well, 3 to 5 meters isn't much. You just move inland a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But people love to live
So,
on the coast.
yeah, keep driving your gasoline cars. That's my advice. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck it. Who cares? It's
Drive
not
them
that bad.
inland. Just drive them inland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where your electric car generators are run on fucking diesel pumps, you know?
Yeah. I saw someone the other day saying if the earth temperature goes up 1 or 2 degrees,
Mm.
that's like the difference between breakfast and lunch.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
why did
Yeah.
we didn't really get any information like why are we in a water world? What happened? Why did they all melt? And the other thing I was wondering is they seem to have a lot of petrol and gasoline, you know? And like, how long have they been like this?
That's it.
And where's the gasoline coming from? I guess the smokers are raiding people to get gasoline, but then the most precious thing to them is dirt. And you're like, well, what are they going to do with the fucking dirt?
Yeah. Well, I think wasn't the whole thing that they had that oil tanker, so they were just using all that fuel that was in the tanker, and that was getting lower and lower. Didn't they have a guy down there in the oil or something? Remember, and he was like
yeah.
So that was all they had, but maybe they had multiple tankers over the years. You know what I mean? Like maybe that wasn't the only one.
No, like how long does a boat last at sea without just completely corroding?
Oh, I don't know. It's a good point. I'm not a very seaworthy gentleman, so do you think that? Oh, that's a good question. If they don't corrode, do you think there's any like fucking ghost ships like just floating around, abandoned? You know, just on the current, just floating around like an old cruise ship or something. Well, no, just an empty fucking cruise ship. It doesn't have to have ghosts. I think ghost ship would just be the right term for an empty, unmanned ship floating around the Pacific or something. That'd be fucking awesome.
You reckon like there'd be a boom in cruise ships because there's no ice caps to hit, so no problems there.
That's it. But I mean, cruise ships don't often hit ice and sink. It's just that one fucking piece of shit Titanic that has been made famous. Most of the cruise ships are just hitting land at high speed because they're fucking useless.
Yeah, you've seen those videos of the cruise ship in Venice, I think it is. Just bang.
Yeah. Somebody done fucked up. Yeah.
Oh, someone's gonna be on the unemployment line.
That's a bad day at work, man, when you fucking plow your cruise ship into a rock or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gerald, I think we're going a bit too fast. I got it. I don't got it.
Gerald. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Well, career had to end somehow.
There's a lot you wonder about in this film afterward you can think about. But apparently there was a 3-hour cut, which Kevin Costner is his preferred version, but they had to cut it down to I don't know. How long is this? 2 hours, 35?
What's the 3-hour cut called? Waterworld?
Someone did a home. It was put on TV on ABC, but it was with all the violence cut out, all the nasty violence, and then 40 minutes of extra footage. And then someone took that 40 minutes of extra footage and put it in with the full action and violence and put it online. And it's called the Ulysses cut, referring to the And then someone got the idea to officially re-release that Ulysses cut and sell it to people.
Hmm.
And they upgraded all the footage from the TV airing footage. They put the original footage back in, and
Yeah.
I'd be interested to watch that.
Yeah.
Apparently, it
Well,
answers a lot of questions.
okay. Yeah, well, I probably, oh, maybe I will watch that. I don't know. Like, I tend to watch these films and then cast them aside. But
Yeah.
this one, it's a '90s classic, so it might be worth the extra input. Like, you get all those fucking Star Wars fan cuts of the prequels. Here's the prequels all in one film, and it's the best thing you'll ever see. And then you watch it, it's a piece of shit.
Mm.
Um, I mean, these guys who make these films in the first place and edit them, I guess you'd call them professionals. And they kind of know what they're doing. So when old fucking, you know, Jeffrey Rogers from down the road decides, oh, I've got fucking Cool Edit Pro or whatever, I can do this better.
Yeah.
It's generally probably not the case, right?
I've watched a few director's cuts where I've thought I can see the studio's point. There's some boring fucking shit here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bit less
Oh,
cocaine, please. Yeah.
you do get better though. Like Aliens, the director's cut it's the definitive version. You shouldn't watch anything else but that. It's only another, I think it's 14 or 17 minutes, but it's a fucking way better film. So much more backstory on Ripley and better alien scenes. And holy shit, if you haven't seen it, go do it. They tried to do the same thing for Alien 3, the director's cut, but didn't really work.
Well, they did it for Legend. Remember the early Tom Cruise film?
I know of it.
was,
I don't really know the film though.
they're like, here's the soundtrack that we deleted because we thought it was, the studio said it was shit at the time. You listen to it, you go, this is shit.
Studio was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes they put out those, re-edited versions just to make some money. They do it with albums now too, all the remixes and remasters and
Yeah. Soundtrack by Tangerine Dream. Who?
Must be good. Yeah. Orangutan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody else could have been the lead actor in this one? Mid-90s, if Costner had just said, I'm going to direct, who would you recast in his role as, the man?
I'm going to defend Kevin Costner and say, oh, he does a good job.
He does a good job, but who else could you slap in there, Like Arnie wouldn't pull it off. He's too...
Val Kilmer.
Fuck yeah, good call.
Val Kilmer back in his prime, yeah.
Yeah. Cruise couldn't have done it. It's not a Cruise film.
Yeah, you need to, I mean, the writer said, one day I sat down and thought, I should rip off Mad Max. What should I do? And he wrote Waterworld.
Yeah.
And so you could put Mel Gibson in there and you'd be fine, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you could mid-90s Gibson. Yeah. You could just make it a Mad Max film and he's just ended up on a boat. Couldn't do the breathing underwater shit, I suppose, but just give him a little scuba mask. He'd be fine.
Well, I don't think Kevin Costner actually breathes underwater either. I think they maybe cheated that a bit with the cameras and things and effects.
No, he's got fucking gills, mate. Jesus Christ, pay attention.
Oh.
He's
doesn't Mel Gibson have gills?
No, Mel Gibson doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So we're looking for a half-fish actor.
Yeah.
Patrick Duffy. He was the man from Atlantis. Remember a man from Atlantis? He's got gills.
No. I remember him from that show Steps. Remember that shit?
No, I remember Man from Atlantis.
No, and he was in Dallas too. Is that who? Are we talking about the same guy? Patrick? Yes, yeah, Patrick Duffy. He was in Steps, mate. Plays the dad. It's like a Full House style show. He's got a couple of daughters. It's Suzanne Summers might be in it.
What about Christopher Reeve? Because he doesn't actually need to breathe.
Well,
Because he flies around in space. Yeah,
Pre-wheelchair would be fine. Otherwise, he'd just sink, wouldn't he? The short
well,
film.
you think we could put strings on his legs and just sort of give them little yanks?
Where, I mean, and then we could CGI out the strings. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we put him on the boat, though, and he's in his wheelchair and it tilts, he's just going to roll off the side, isn't he?
Isn't it funny that Superman got killed by getting his back broken and then Christopher Reeve fell off a horse and became a quadriplegic? Wow. Like they wrote his life into the story.
FK were involved in this somehow. Grassy knoll, bitch. Grassy knoll.
Oh, my internet connection is unstable. Okay. That's God telling us something. Leave Christopher Reeve alone. I'm struggling to think of any other man-fish. Jason Momoa, he could do it.
Route and put that weedy little fuck from Dune in it. What's his name?
Oh, you cut out for ages there.
Shut your fucking hole. You've got shitty internet. Talking bad about Christopher Reeve.
So what were you saying?
I was saying Momoa was good if you put current Momoa in there, like time travel style. But you could also like mix it up and put the skinny little waif cheese stick guy from Dune in it. What's his name?
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, Shyamalan. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Does he have gills?
Oh, no, you know who the fuck would be good? Oh, god damn it, Rick motherfucking Grimes. What's that actor's name? He'd be fucking awesome in the role.
Grimes.
Rick Grimes, I don't know what the fucking actor's name is, though. Guy from The Walking Dead. Get the big beard.
That guy.
Anywho, Costner did it. Yeah.
He's British, though, isn't he?
Did it well. He is, but he puts on a great American accent.
Do the British have gills, though? I mean, I don't think I've seen a British person with gills.
Oh, that's not funny. Move along.
Okay.
For fuck's sake. Being a cunt.
It's your joke. Don't blame me. God. Just playing along here. Oh.
The description of our show is two guys argue. So, that's what we're doing. We're giving the people what they want.
What about who could replace Jeanne Triplehorn's bottom?
Well, I think Sharon Stone could have pulled it off, just because they were in that Instinct film together.
Good bum. Yeah.
Good bum. Strong bum. Oscar worthy. Could have used more of it, to be honest. And perhaps a little side boob. But hey, this is Kevin Costner. He's a gentleman, not a couple of fucking degenerates like you and I.
Yeah, so, that is true.
How do you
I don't think he's ever been to prison.
When you're the director, though, when you're the director and you're the star, and you say to yourself,
he fired the director. He only started directing when the director walked off, which is near the very end. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, then I'm assuming that Kevin was the guy that brought in the scene with Jeanne Triplehorn where he's standing in front of her and she drops a robe and sort of offers herself to him. Now, as a director, how do you say that to an actress without coming off like a complete fucking creep?
Well, I'm sure they gave her a script to read.
Yeah, true. But especially if you keep asking for more and more takes, Oh, no. I was looking at the left boob. I need to be looking more in the vagina area because I'm a fish man. I wouldn't have seen one of those. So let's do it again. Do it again, team. Reset. And then they do it, and he's like, "Oh, no. I need to be a gentleman. I'm a fish man. I need to look you in the eye. I do it again. Reset.
Well,
Just he's
I think it'd be like Showgirls when you'd have a gay man at the back of the fashion show or whatever, and he's just like, "Get your tits out, darling. Okay, okay," and then he's just like moving their tits around the place and taping them into position, and it's just like it's just like nothing. They do it all day, every day.
nothing.
So
Right.
to
'Cause
Gia
he's
and
one of the
Triple
girls.
Horn, yeah, they were like she's been in Basic Instinct already. Michael Douglas backdoored her over a couch, so the director would have just said, "Okay, love, get your tits out again. You know what you're here
Right.
for. All right, yeah, okay, there's your tits. Okay, get your tits in focus. Okay, all right, okay. Can you bend around? We'll get a shot of your ass. All right, yeah, look, okay. No, your ass looks terrible. Move it to the. Okay, yeah, that's good. Don't move your ass anymore. Yeah, it's a good shot of you. You want to come here and look at the shot of your ass, and she'll
Right.
come
And
around.
he gets ass approval because ass
Yeah,
approval
ass
is key.
approval. Yeah, she'd have her team and entourage around her all looking at her ass to see if, like,
She'd have
is it good
final
enough?
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I having a good ass day? She'd say. Yeah.
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 It would be a whole
well, that's
team
good.
effort.
Yeah, as long as
She
there was,
would have been on the exercycle all day. She would have been on the treadmill,
Yep.
you know. She would have been doing the Stairmaster, going, I'm going to get my
Yeah.
tits out. I've got to get my tits out. I must increase my
It
bust.
was only side boob, so she would have had like the little nipple covers and stuff, so that's fine. But I think she would. They get makeup on their asses, don't they? Like, so there would have been like a little powder boy that would have to come in and
Yeah.
powder her ass.
Yeah. They would have had
Really
a little
make
black gay man. It would have come out.
Oh,
Just going to
sure.
powder your ass, darling, and I'll just powder your tits, and there you go. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there'd be like a crack boy that really made the crack,
Yeah.
shine. Mm.
Yeah. We got
Good
5
times.
minutes of daylight. Get this ass spanking. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the gaffer or something.
Yeah. There'll be a best boy.
Best boy does. Yeah, that's it. The best boy is the crack shiner. Yeah.
Mm,
We've solved it. You worked in film. You know about the best boy.
yeah. So, I think we've covered most of the controversies.
Yeah.
Apparently, when they built that big, they call it the atoll, that big set floating on the water. They built it during tornado season. What was it, typhoon season?
Yeah, that motherfucker sunk.
Yeah, so they had to build another one, and that's why the expenses been up, and they had all sorts of problems and things. Good on them. Good on a lot of effort they put into this, and we're so rude to them sometimes. It was so rude.
Yeah. Created a masterpiece. What did the cold-hearted bastards at IMDb say about this one?
Oh, we haven't mentioned Dennis Hopper. He's charming all the way through it.
One-eyed fuck.
He's funny. He's right in the he does the business.
Yeah. Man brings, just like in my science project, he brings his A game to whatever he's in.
Yeah. Completely believable. Bless him. Bless his soul. No longer with us. He's up doing drugs in heaven. Cold-hearted bastards on IMDb give this a 6.3. Bunch of wankers. Someone gave it a 9. This film is essentially Mad Max on water. Well done. 7. Far from the awful movie people make it out to be. 7. 20 years later, it has aged well and is better than most sci-fi coming out these days. I'd agree. 7. Not the worst movie ever made. Yeah. And then I guess there's a whole bunch of wankers that drag the average down.
Yeah. Wankers. Well, before we... thanks for that. Thanks for reading IMDb for us and our listeners. Before we move on to scoring this, if you were to go down to your local Video Easy on a Friday night and you had to pick out, you could pick out 2 films because that's all the money you had in your wallet, cold hard cash, and you knew you wanted to get Waterworld because fucking why wouldn't you? What's the second film you're picking to double it up to have a fantastic night eating your chips and drinking your Pepsi Max?
Well, I picked 2 because I just thought you were going to struggle.
Fuck off.
I put Mad Max 2 Road Warrior
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah.
because I thought you'd say that.
Mm.
Are you stuck now?
No, well, now I'm going to have to quickly mix it up.
Oh,
What was the other one you picked?
Field of Dreams.
Oh, another Costner classic. Right. I was trying to think. I couldn't remember. There's a um like a slip and slide, a water park film about hydro slides, but I can't remember what that was called.
Norbit.
Which I was gonna change from Mad Max 2 because I was going Mad Max 2, but no, I'm gonna stick with it. Just gonna go fucking Mad Max 2. I think that's the perfect combination with this film because you could kind of pretend that they're in the same universe. So yeah, come with that.
Well, one's really just in the desert with no water, and the other one's
It's just so
on
much
the
water.
water with no desert.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. You're great. Or if you want to Costner it up, you could go with the aforementioned Postman, the Postman, which is another overly long Kevin Costner showpiece.
That film's just punishment, though, really. Like,
The Postman.
yeah.
No, you should rewatch it. It's got Tom Petty in it.
I'd never seen it before. I watched it with you because you said we've got to do it or something. And at the end, it was just laughing and pointing at the screen, going, "What the fuck are they doing there?" I remember as soon as Tom Petty came in the screen, we both went, "What the fuck?"
Classic.
It just doesn't work. That is Tom Petty. Bless him.
It's Tom Petty. Yeah. Musical genius. Always happy to see him. Yeah. All right. Quickly segueing into the next thing. I mean, final scores. What say you, Savage? You have to rate it out of 10.
I'm going to have to give it 6.5 jars of dirt. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay, so I'd call that a kind of subpar rating from you. Not your favorite film, just passable, right? So you're normally quite generous. Though I concur. I enjoyed it. I did. So I'm going to give it a. Actually, I'm going to go 7.5. Brushed up butt cheeks out of 10. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. There are boring parts for sure. Faults
I was going to say it's just got bits that drag. Like you're like,
yeah. But if you're in the right mood for just sitting there and a bit of escapism with a bit of, over the top jet ski jumps over a wall and jet ski dives under a wall.
Jet skis waiting underwater.
Yeah. It's just
kind of needed a little more variety in the vehicles.
And more nudity, but that goes without saying with pretty much every film that we review.
I thought the best scene was when he sold the girl for a piece of paper, like half an hour with the girl under the paper, and then he goes down and they have a fight under there. And I thought that was a cool scene. It was a bit suspenseful.
Yeah. And Costner just fucking at the end says goodbye and sails off to live his dream on his little boat. There could be a wetter world. There could be a sequel to this at some point when he's really hung up for money and needs to pay his ex-wives.
I think it was intended.
Yeah.
But I just kind of felt the other thing is I did feel the ending is a bit just cold and just sort of, oh, he's gone.
Yeah. See you later, fuckers.
Yeah, you're like, you kind of, I don't know, you need a little more than that ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to be along for the ride with the hero, but then the hero just bails. Okay. But yeah, I think they were setting up for a sequel. I think it would make a good, animated. Why do they make an anime version of it? The Netflix. I think that would work.
Oh, Netflix remakes everything, so why not?
We'll just wait.
I was kind of hoping the chick would hop on the boat with him anyway and just go, okay, we found dry land, but I'm hopping on the boat with you. And he's like, all right. And they go off together.
Well, I guess they didn't explain it, but maybe, excuse me, because he evolved and had gills, maybe he's got no cock, you know? Because it wasn't explicitly said that he did have one. So I think it's safe to assume that he didn't have one, and that's why he never hooked up with Triple Horn, and he just sailed off out of sadness.
In that case, he should have fallen in love with an octopus.
Well, he probably did. It's all these things can happen off screen, you know. Just making out with an octopus while you're fingering a dolphin. And cue the lawsuits. Okay, I'm out. Good night.
How many generations would it take for you to evolve to get gills?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say what year this is, does it? It's just in the future.
Yeah. It kind of would make more sense if he was genetically engineered.
Yeah, modified. Well, who's to say it wasn't? Again, all this stuff could happen off screen. But no, I think it's a gaping plot hole that is not explained, but can be explained if you want to explain it.
I vow to our enormous audience,
Enormous.
we should come back to this film after watching we should do the Ulysses version sometime in the future.
And see if it answers the questions.
Yeah, when we've scraped the bottom of the barrel and just fucking run out of shit to do, we'll come back and do this one and pretend it's a whole new episode or something.
So next week.
Yeah, we're pretty much we're nearly at the bottom. We're not quite there.
Well, we're fucking down there with the fucking lobsters, though, aren't we? You know, we've had the highest of the highs, and you know, now we're like, those artists have their peak, and then they sort of disappear for a few years, and then they decide, it's time for a comeback. We'll do a reunion tour.
Yeah, they get back into something good like John Travolta or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe Ulysses will be our Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, maybe. Because we're kind of at that. We had a hit with like Look Who's Talking. And then we did Look Who's Talking too. We kind of ground it into the ground, and then nobody wanted to know about us for like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
And then, so we're sort of in that phase of our careers at the moment where we're just looking for a Pulp Fiction where someone goes, oh, he's not that useless, you know.
Yeah.
Someone would look at us and go, well, they're not that shit, are they? Like they, if they probably had better material. Yeah, we're kind of in that phase of just, we're
lacking fire. I mean, we made a lot of money and we ate a lot of food, and so our energy levels aren't what they used to be. And I mean, and look, I mean, when you're getting, you're getting head morning, noon, and night, you just it's just hard to keep going forward.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what are we going to do? Buy a 10th Lamborghini?
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea. I should do that. But I'm just saying, like, what are our goals now that we've achieved everything and we're number one? Yeah, you got to fizzle. Yeah.
Okay, yawning our way out. Thanks, people.